So we have some exciting news out of Six Flags Great Adventure, and apparently we found out some rather intriguing things that has not really been made public by the park per se, but this new coaster that they're building is going to be longer than Kingda Ka, and so much more that you definitely want to hear about, because apparently Ryan Eldridge, the park's PR guy, who is also Dorney Park's PR guy, had a walk back, if you will, basically taking people onto the construction site, or at least a Q&A, and he answered a lot of questions that we're all wondering. So let's get into this. This is Theme Park Brandon. I'm really glad you're here. I am so much more excited about this project now because of what we know from Ryan's answers to these questions. We're going to learn more about the layout, the timeline, and other things about the ride. So, in my opinion, I think this is a really interesting, intriguing project. I still think that it's mock rides, possibly the tower coaster, but what really has me very, very intrigued is the first bullet point of this. And they say that this coaster is going to feature a track length that is longer than Kingda Ka's. Longer. Let that sink in. And you might think Kingda Ka doesn't have that long of a track length to begin with, and it really doesn't have a huge amount of a track, but we're talking 3,118 feet long. Could this mock rides tower coaster, which is a shuttle coaster, mind you, feature a track length of over 3,118 feet? I don't know. I don't think so. That is very, very interesting to me, because that tells me that this ride is a lot. It's not what we think it is. So I still think the tower coaster is possible. I don't think it's the tower coaster. I really don't. I was at Carowinds before I made this video, so I really haven't been able to sit down and read over these to a point where really dissect them. So this is a really raw video for me. But yeah, I love that. I think that's very, very good for Great Adventure to build a ride that's going to be longer than Kingda Ka. Taller? Probably not. I still think this ride's going to go over 300. And in my past video, I said between 350 and 375. I still think that's really where it's going to be. He also said that this ride takes up more of Green Lantern's plot of land than Kingda Ka's. So as you can see right now, the aerial footage from East Coasters of where the footers are right now. Could this ride get extended to take up even more room of Green Lanterns? That we don't know yet. But speaking of footers, the second most intriguing thing about this, besides the fact that this ride's going to be longer than Kingda Ka, and back to the longer part, what's fascinating about that is Kingda Ka was 456 feet tall. And it had the ginormous airtime hill as well, which factored into the length. So this ride, if it was a shuttle coaster, which features a launch, then a stall element, and then a tower, then the twist up the tower, I don't think that's it, unless it's 600 foot tall tower coaster, which I don't think is that. So they said, Ryan goes on to say, 50% of the footers are poured. 50%. That means that what we see right now from East Coasters, this ride's going to double in size as far as the footers go. That's going to tell us a lot. So I am really excited about learning where the new footers will go, if they do continue doing the footer work at this stage of the coaster. That we don't know. But there's a lot more to get into regarding this new coaster. But first, if you love roller coasters, check out themeparkbrandon.com. That's my new merch website. I redesigned it and I added a bunch of new merch on there for you to check out. And for being such a great subscriber and follower, I really appreciate all the support. I'm offering you 20% off of your order. Definitely check it out for 1 week only. And I really do appreciate all the support. I really spent a lot of time on it, and thank you so much. Now, Ryan insists, and again, if you don't remember, Ryan is the PR guy for Dorney Park and Great Adventure. He's great, by the way. But he insists that this project is well worth the wait. Hope so. I mean, we're definitely waiting, but I do think once we see it and experience it, it's going to be worth it. Now, about the timeline, He says they're waiting to decide on the announcement until everything is locked down. They care a lot about the theme and all the pieces of that being ready to go. So I'm glad they're not rushing it. I know we all want a new coaster next year, but I'm glad they're really trying to do something that has not been done at Great Adventure in a very long time, and that is probably since Kingda Ka, really. And that is, well, maybe El Toro, but give a ride a really cool theme and make the area around it really legit cool. Whether it's the queue line theme, the station theme, or the area, a new area with it. I like that. So hopefully we'll find out more about that soon. We also found out that getting the story of the ride right is a huge priority for Six Flags Great Adventure. So again, it's all about the storytelling, the theme. That is a huge priority for the park for this project. And the overall vibe is the park's not in a rush with this, which in my opinion, I think they should be, but I think there's a lot of other obstacles that are there as to why they're not. But here's the really good news. They're eyeballing a spring announcement for this project, most likely a 2027 opening, but it's still in flux, meaning that that opening could be shifted further back or closer towards present day. So we might, slight chance, this ride might open up sometime in 2026. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not, but I think there is a slight chance that we could see that. I like the fact that they do not know yet, and a lot's going to depend on the next few months as to what we know and what we're going to find out come early spring next year. Ryan then goes on to say, an announcement date will be announced. The park will not shadow drop it, meaning that they're not going to announce this ride out of the blue, which is great. Build the hype. Hopefully this ride will live up to the hype. I think it will, but hopefully it does for all of us. Now, we also found out that the pavement will not be visible underneath the ride, which is a great news because that tells us that this project's not going to be a parking lot coaster, hence the older Six Flags days when they built rides on top of the parking lot. So kudos to the park. I was a little worried about that, but I really am glad that my mind right now is rest assured that they're going to landscape this ride, and that just makes the ride so much better. Now, as far as Great Adventure's plan past this, we found out that the park has a 10-year plan, and the rest of Green Lantern's plot is a part of that plan. So, as you can see right here, you have Superman, this project 2026, probably 2027, and the rest of Green Lantern's plot of land. So whatever it is, they're going to be adding a new attraction here. I hope they build a new hotel in this location. Who knows? But I think it'll be a great spot. Great Adventure needs an on-site hotel. So maybe down the road within 5 or 6 years, this big ride they're about to build will bring enough revenue and people to the park where they're going to be able to afford a new hotel. That would be a great step in the right direction, in my opinion. I'm really, really intrigued by this news we just found out from Great Adventure. I think you should be as well. Personally, give the park a little bit of credit. I mean, they're trying, right? It's a tough. The park itself and Ryan and the team at the park is not making decisions. Remember that. So go out to Great Adventure, support it. I really think it's a fantastic park, even without Ka. El Toro is worth the mission alone. Also, just how Great Adventure could possibly build even a larger scale coaster once they open up this new potential mock rides ride. This is the video right here you want to see, where I break down just how Great Adventure could build the world's tallest, fastest Giga coaster in the entire world. You know what to do. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments. And are you more excited about this new coaster? As always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.